the question. How long do we have? Because this is a very weird interview. We didn't even, I was trying to get you to tell me exactly what Trump had done to achieve those so-called achievements, and you moved on to the Democratic Party. It's a very strange interview. I've never experienced anything like it.
Well, that's the first time in life for everything. The future of the Democratic Party is not looking good. Not looking good at all, and that is good for America. It is not a negative. It is a positive. I have with me David Pakman. He is a progressive host and executive producer of the nationally syndicated radio and TV program, The David Pakman Show. And I wanted to talk to David about the Democratic Party, political correctness, and President Trump's performance. It's a year now since he's been elected. And the great white hope is making America great again. David, welcome back to the show.
And welcome back to another episode on our channel. All right, folks, you're in for a treat. David Pakman, the self-proclaimed progressive intellectual, steps into the ring with Jesse Lee Peterson. And let's just say it doesn't end well for him. Jesse pushes back on Pakman's tired leftist talking points, and the meltdown is nothing short of epic. Get ready to see progressive arrogance meet its match. Let's get into this clip and break it down throughout the way.
Oh, I can't even tell you what a pleasure it is to be back with you today. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. I want to talk to you about the great white hope first, the president. How would you rate him? You know, he's been elected a year now. And how would you rate the president on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best?
I would say probably a 0.
Really? And why is that?
Oh boy, we're starting off strong here. Of course he says 0. That's the progressive playbook. Dismiss all accomplishments and hope nobody notices. Let's talk about Trump's actual record. Record low unemployment, tax cuts that boosted small businesses, and renegotiated trade deals that leveled the playing field for all American workers. But no, to Pakman, that's all a 0 because it doesn't fit his narrative. David, this is why people are tired of progressives like you. You are so blind by your ideology that you can't give credit where it's due. But hey, keep calling it 0 while the rest of us enjoy the success. Let me know if you guys would agree down in the comments below.
Well, I judge him by his own campaign promises. He was going to build a wall with Mexico that they would pay for. That's not happening. It's not going to happen. He was going to repeal and replace Obamacare with something better. 3 proposals to replace it. All would have led to 15 to 23 million people ending up without care, but all of those failed to pass. Another big campaign promise. He said he would do it right away. Failed to do it. He said he was going to renegotiate trade deals. Still hasn't done that. He also said he was going to pass a tax cut bill. Not looking good. The Senate now in a whole bunch of trouble trying to figure out, well, how do we do this? It's going to explode the deficit. We're not going to be able to go back to our constituents and explain to them why did we vote to explode the deficit. So, I mean, I think by his own standards, he's accomplished none of the things he promised to accomplish.
Well, he hasn't been there a year yet. He was elected a year ago today. Do you expect, or did you expect all those things to happen within the first year?
Did he? I mean, he's the one who said. He's the one who said.
He didn't say he would do all those things in the first year.
Are you asking me whether I believe Donald Trump's campaign promises? Is that the question?
I'm asking you, did you believe that the president, the great white hope, would do all those things in the first year of being in office?
I didn't believe him when he said he would repeal Obamacare right away. No, I didn't believe him.
How about the rest of the things that you mentioned? Did you think he would do all those things in the first year of being in office?
No, but he hasn't done any of them.
Amazing.
Hold on, Jesse. Wait a second. You tell me what he's done. How would you rate him?
Well, we have a conservative Supreme Court justice on the U.S. Supreme Court right now. We have the jobs are coming back.
What jobs? Talk to me about the jobs, Jesse. How has the job creation rate changed from President Obama? Give me the numbers. We've got a record 95.3 million people out of the workforce. Record. Historical high.
David, you must calm down. The filing of unemployment have gone down. The illegal aliens coming across the borders, are down. He has managed to put a hold on radical Islamic terrorist countries where they are coming into our country. It's a
The
lot
travel
happening,
ban has been
but
blocked,
I don't
Jesse.
want
The
to.
travel ban
I
has been
know,
blocked.
I know
It's not
that,
true. What
David.
has President Trump done? Those talking points mean nothing. The travel ban has been blocked 3 times.
I know that you don't like the man, so nothing he's going to be able, to do will make you happy. So, but
That's not true, Jesse.
I
That's
want
not
to
true. You're
move
putting
on.
words in my mouth, and you know that's not fair.
Mainly, I
I could
want
tell you what
David.
he
David,
could.
you really should
You're
calm
not
down.
being honest here, Jesse. You know that.
Calm down, David. For over 60 years, the Democratic Party has gotten worse, destroying the family, masculinity. They hate men, real men, straight men.
Jesse is spot on here, and it's about time more people said it out loud. The left has been waging war on the family and masculinity for decades. They promote single-parent households, mock traditional father figures, and push toxic narratives about men being the problem in society. The result? A generation of boys growing up without role models and a society that's lost in its backbone. Masculinity isn't toxic, it's what builds nations, defends freedom, and creates stability. Progressives can't stand that because strong men won't bow to their agenda. Pakman's probably squirming because deep down he knows it's true.
What's an example of that? Can you give me some evidence of that, Jesse?
They hate the unborn child, so they're still pushing abortion. They have no love or respect for blacks and Hispanics. They believe that the blacks and Hispanics are only worth is for a vote. They're attacking Christianity and white straight male. You are a progressive. What does it mean to be a progressive? What is that?
It's for progress and against stagnation and a return to values that are outdated and irrelevant in modern society.
And what type of progress? Give me an example of progress.
The reduction in incredibly damaging economic inequality, the push for a basic level of health care for everybody, regardless of ability to pay, a push for an economy that is not going to allow the richest to become endlessly richer while the poor continue to be poor. I mean, there's a long list. I mean, I think, you know, the problem is that there's a lot. I'm not a Democrat, by the way. I've never been a Democrat. So if the idea is to get me to.
No, you are a progressive. So I'm asking about that. So let me ask. To pay.
Well, I didn't even finish answering the question. How long do we have? Because this is a very weird interview. We didn't even.
Weird interview, huh? The translation is, I wasn't ready for actual questions, David. The only thing weird here is how rattled you are. You're used to cozy interviews with people who nod along to everything you say, but Jesse doesn't play that game. He's asking the real questions and you're panicking. It's not weird, my guy, it's accountability, and it looks like you've never faced it before. If you think this is weird, just wait until Jesse really starts tearing into your nonsense.
I was trying to get you to tell me exactly what Trump had done to achieve those so-called achievements, and you moved on to the Democratic Party. It's a very strange interview. I've never experienced anything like it.
Well, that's the first time in life for everything. Let me ask, the military paid for so-called sex reassignment surgery, and our tax dollars are paying for it, even though we don't agree with that at all. Is
we
that
being who?
The conservative Christian people of this country.
Well, that's just a fraction of the population, right?
Is that progress when men are confused about their gender and women are confused about theirs, and now we're paying for it? Is that progress?
Are you a fiscal conservative, Jesse?
Answer that question, David. Is that progress?
Well, are you a fiscal conservative?
David, answer that question. Is that progress?
It's not an example of something that is or isn't progress, but the reason I'm asking whether you're a fiscal conservative
what would you
is
call that, David?
It's cheaper
David,
to pay for those
that?
Procedures than to to find and discharge every transgender member of the military. So
this is where Pakman's argument really falls apart. First of all, why is our military budget even being spent on gender surgeries? The military's job is to defend the nation, not to cater to the personal issues of its members. Pakman calls it cheaper, but cheaper than what? How about not spending taxpayer money on this at all? Soldiers are supposed to be ready for combat, not debating their pronouns. This is just another example of the left hijacking institutions for their woke agenda. And David, if you think this is a winning argument, you are more out of touch than we actually thought.
If you're a fiscal conservative,
David,
and I've heard you say that you are, you should favor the cheaper option, which is paying for those procedures and not paying for what it would cost to find and discharge all those transgender military members.
David, you're not here to communicate. I really appreciate you coming on. I'm going to let you go. It's a waste of time to talk to you. We're not communicating. You're acting like an
No,
idiot.
because you're asking bizarre questions
You're
and not
acting
answering
like an
any of them.
idiot, and you're wasting my time. I appreciate
ad
you
hominem.
coming. All right, thank
an
you
ad
for
hominem,
coming.
so you know
Goodbye.
that.
Goodbye. Let him go. That's a progressive, folks. All men who are progressive, or males who are progressive, are weak people. They are weak people. And why have these people on? It doesn't even make sense.
Well, there you have it, folks. David Pakman waltzed in with his smug so-called intellectual arguments only to get shut down and kicked off by Jesse Lee Peterson. Pakman's whole shtick crumbles when faced with common sense and facts, and in true progressive fashion, when the debate doesn't go his way, he resorts to bizarre deflections and emotional groundstanding. Jesse's right, why even bother having these people on? Progressives like Pakman don't want a real conversation. They want to lecture, dominate, and distract. If this is the best the left has to offer, they're in more trouble than they realize. If you guys enjoyed watching Pakman get taken down a peg, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below on your thoughts throughout this clip. Let's keep calling out the nonsense and standing up for the truth. We'll see you guys in the next one.